Hi everyone, it's Gillian and welcome to my channel and another crochet tutorial. For today's tutorial, we are working on the mini Christmas stocking ornament. Let's get started. To begin, we're going to start with a magic ring. Chain 1, and that chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. Inside the ring, you're going to make 6 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you're just going to pull the ring close. Okay, and that is going to be the end of round 1. To continue with round 2, I'm not going to join. You can join if you choose to, it really doesn't matter here. I'm going to go directly into the first single crochet stitch and I'm going to make 2 single crochets. And I'm going to use a stitch marker to keep track of my rounds. And I'm going to continue making 2 single crochets into the next stitch. So for round 2, you're going to be increasing and you're going to keep making 2 single crochets into each stitch until you get to the end. And at the end of round 2, you should have 12 single crochets. For round 3 of the toe, I'm going to remove my stitch marker and I'm going to make 1 single crochet into that first stitch. And into the next stitch, you're going to make 2 single crochet, and this is going to be a repeat for round 3. Okay, we're going to go back and put our stitch marker into that first stitch. So we're going to go back 1, 2, 3. And you're going to continue making 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 2 single crochets into the next. If you are joining with a slip stitch at the end of the round, it's going to be very obvious. You're not going to need the stitch marker. So continue 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet into the next, all the way to the end. And in the last stitch, before the stitch marker, you should be placing 2 single crochets. And at the end of round 3, you should have 18 single crochets. For round 4, you're going to make 1 single crochet into each stitch around. Before we go any further, we're going to replace our stitch marker into that first stitch. So you're going to continue making single crochets into each stitch until you get to the stitch marker. At the end of round 4, you should still have 18 single crochets just as you did in round 3. Now what you're going to do for rounds 5 through 8, which is a total of 4 rounds, you're going to repeat round 4. So go ahead and repeat those 4 rounds and we'll meet back here and we'll get started on the heel. At the end of round 8, you should still have 18 single crochets, and I'm going to stop. I'm not going to complete this last single crochet. I'm going to add the color that I'm going to be using for the heel, and just know that you can make this in one color if you choose to. So I'm going to add my color here. I'm going to remove my stitch marker because I don't need it right now. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to make 1 single crochet into the next 9 stitches for the heel. And I'm going to carry both of the yarn with me to cover. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And that is the first row of the heel completed. I'm going to leave my red color hanging here so that I can pick it up whenever I need to. And for row 2 of the heel, you're going to chain 1 and turn. And you're going to single crochet 2 stitches together. You're going to go into the first stitch, pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook. You're going to go into the next stitch, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to wrap your hook and pull through all 3 loops. And you're going to make 1 single crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you're going to single crochet 2 stitches together on the end. Go into the stitch, pull up a loop, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, and you have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to wrap your hook and pull through all 3 loops. And that is the end of round 2 for the heel. For round 3, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and you're going to single crochet 2 stitches together. And pull through all 3 loops. Then make a single crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And at the end, you're going to single crochet 2 stitches together. And that is the end of row 3 for the heel. For row 4, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to turn. You're going to single crochet 2 stitches together. You're going to make 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and then you're going to single crochet 2 stitches together. And into that same place where you made that stitch, you're going to make a slip stitch. And that is the end of row 4. For row 5, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to turn, and you're going to make a single crochet into the slip stitch, and you're going to make 1 single crochet into the 3 single crochets on the top. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to make a single crochet into this space right here, single crochet, and then you're going to make a slip stitch into the next row right here. And that is the end of row 5 for the heel. For row 6, you're going to chain 1 and turn. You're going to make a single crochet into the slip stitch, and then you're going to make 1 single crochet into the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then you're going to make a single crochet into the side right here, and then you're going to make a slip stitch into the next row. And that is the end of row 6, and on the top here you should have 7 single crochets. For row 7 of the heel, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and you're going to make a single crochet into the slip stitch and make 1 single crochet into the next 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you're now going to make a single crochet here into this first row right here. I'm not going to complete the single crochet stitch, but now we're going to start working on the leg portion of the little sock. So I'm going to drop my working yarn and pick up my non-working yarn to complete that 9th stitch. So now you should have 9 single crochets with the red color or whatever color you choose, and another 9 single crochets for the heel portion. So now we're back to 18 single crochets. So now for the foot portion, you're going to make 1 single crochet into each stitch around. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm just going to cut this now because I'm not going to need it. 8 and 9. So now we're going to make 1 single crochet into the next 9 stitches of the heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and that completes the first row, the first round of the leg. For round 2, you're going to make a single crochet into each stitch around, and I'm going to put a stitch marker just to keep track of my round for the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 18. And that completes round 2 of the leg. For round 3, you're just going to go ahead and repeat round 2, and we'll meet back here. At the end of round 3, you should have 18 single crochets. For round 4, I'm going to remove my stitch marker. You're going to make 1 single crochet into the next 5 stitches. That's 1, and I'm going to replace my stitch marker here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 single crochets into the next stitch. 1 single crochet into the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 2 single crochets into the next stitch. And you're going to make 1 single crochet into the remaining 3 stitches. 2 and 3. At the end of round 4, you should have 20 single crochets. For round 5, you're going to make 1 single crochet into each stitch around. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16, 19, 20. At the end of round 5, you should have 20 single crochets. For round 6 to 10, which is 5 rounds, you're going to repeat round 5, and we'll meet back here at the end. At the end, you're going to fasten off here. This is our last round. I'm just going to go into my first stitch here. And then over to the back loop of that last stitch. And you're going to weave in your ends. And that is the end of the tutorial, and you can make as many of these as you like. You can change up the color. You can do whatever you choose, make one color. There's so much you can do with these. And that's the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Please like and subscribe for more video tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.